Today, we expect to learn the results of a ballistics report conducted after Monday's shooting in Olde Town Arvada. It's one of many questions we still have for Arvada police. They're not telling us who killed Johnny Hurley, the man who witnesses say shot the gunman. An Arvada police officer is on administrative leave, but they won't say why. What they have told us is the gunman ambushed Officer Gordon Beesley. They say Hurley rushed in to help, and by the time it was over, Officer Beesley, Hurley, and the gunman were all dead. We've learned a lot about Officer Beesley in the last few days, and now we're learning about the life of Johnny Hurley. 9 News reporter John Glasgow is live in Olde Town Arvada this morning. John, Hurley's friends say that they're not surprised that he ran towards the gunfire.
Not surprised at all. They said that he had a determination to help other people. He was inside this Army-Navy surplus store when the shots rang out. He didn't hesitate, and he ran straight into the chaos.
Johnny took up the mission to be a self-defender, if you want to call that, just honestly out of his desire to help and protect other people.
Douglas Evans says that he and Johnny Hurley have been friends for more than 15 years. Evans says he wasn't surprised when he learned about Hurley's heroic actions. The 40-year-old lost his life in the shooting Monday when police say that he tried to save the lives of others. Police aren't releasing any other details yet about Hurley, what he did, but in a Facebook post, the Army-Navy surplus store says that Hurley, who was inside the store at the time of the shooting, heard the shots being fired, ran outside, and pulled out his concealed pistol and fired at the suspect. The store says it posted this because they wanted to let the family know and everybody else know about his heroic actions. They say he was brave, he was selfless, and heroic are just some of the words that they used to describe in the store. It says that he is a hero.
Johnny said to me multiple times that he would never let anybody be harmed in his presence, and that if he had to pay the price in order to protect other people, that he would be willing to do that.
There's a growing memorial here in Olde Town Arvada as well for Officer Beesley as well as for Johnny Hurley. The big question is who shot and killed Johnny Hurley. The ballistics report is expected to be released today. And Corey, once we have that from Arvada Police, we'll pass it along.
All right, John, really appreciate it.